Good Sunday, South Florida. All right, we have the 5 p.m. advisory update with Tropical Storm Laura. So this just came in. We're going to go through this together. Winds have come up 60 miles per hour. Now, that's not all that surprising as it passed between the islands here, now entering Cuba, the southeast side of Cuba. It had a little bit of time over water to pick its winds up, and there it is at 60. The track continues to be further south. Now on the south side of Cuba, some land interaction keeps the winds fairly steady, but the track is well south of South Florida and the Keys by tomorrow. Here it is on satellites, pretty well developed down here. You can see all the rough weather south of the middle of the storm. Hurricane hunters are out investigating it right now, getting the latest data there. And that's why, because all this weather down here is kind of keeping that low, the center, tracking more along the south side of Cuba. Here's the wind field. It's 140 miles away from the center of the storm. So again, those impacts, the winds extend outside of the middle of the cone. But with this track shifting far enough south, it's looking like maybe even some of the Keys could escape some of the indirect impacts of the sustained tropical storm force winds. Let's check this out. All right, so where we have the yellow highlighted, here's the north side of the cone, there's the middle of the cone. This bright yellow is where the 40 mile per hour plus, the tropical storm force winds, are likely. Where we have this zone, that means that tropical storm force winds aren't out of the question, but maybe not necessarily expected. And that's through the Keys. And notice Dade and Broward are not included in that. Because of that, we do still have the tropical storm watch for the Keys, indicating that possibility of sustained winds at 40 or 45 or so miles per hour by Monday. And then you can see all the watches and warnings as it makes a run toward the Gulf Coast. But aside from the sustained wind, gusts of tropical storm force, maybe even 50, 55 are still possible here in the Keys, and we'll get some gusts fairly high in Dade and Broward. Much more on this coming up with the newscast. That's going to be at 6 o'clock. Brian Norcross will be joining us as well. We'll see you then.